Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and greet the Upper Iowa University class of 2010. Welcome to Upper Iowa University's 148th Spring Commencement. I am Holly Streeter, your MC. We will begin this morning's ceremony with an invocation by Father Jim Broekman from St. Francis of Assisi, Fayette, and Immaculate Conception in Sumner. Gentlemen, please remove your caps for the invocation.
Good and gracious God, we give you thanks for gathering us here this day. We ask you to bless us, our country, our community, this college, and especially we ask your blessing upon all who will graduate. Thank you for bringing us here and keep us safe from all harm. To this we say, amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Welcoming us this morning on behalf of Upper Iowa University's Board of Trustees is Mr. Bob Firth, Board Chair.
Good morning. Dr. Walker, faculty, staff, students, family, and friends. As chairman of the board, it is truly an honor to welcome each and every one of you to this graduation ceremony. What a wonderful day to be a peacock. Why are we here today? Well, we are here because each one of us dreamed of something more for ourselves, for our family, and for our friends. It all started right here. If you don't have dreams, you don't have anything. Graduates, you have been a participant in your ascending university's growth and strategic vision for the future. You have experienced a quality education. One of your primary goals in life has been achieved. You have earned a degree from one of the top academic universities in this country. Now, go forth and do great things. Represent UIU with honor and pride. And remember, to whom much is given, much is required. Don't forget to give back to UIU to help it continue to grow and thrive, and make the education you received here possible for all the others that will come after you. I join the rest of the Board of Trustees in saluting you individually and collectively, the class of 2010. Congratulations, graduates. You have realized your dream. To everyone, I say carpe diem. Seize the day and enjoy the present. Celebrate this wonderful day, and remember, this is your university. You are UIU. Go Peacocks.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 20th President of Upper Iowa University, Dr. Alan G. Walker.
Good morning. On behalf of the entire university community, I too want to welcome all of you to our 148th Spring Commencement. Today is a special day for you, our graduates. From today on, you will join thousands of alumni from all around the world and will take your place among the ranks of those who've become leaders in public service, Nobel Prize winners, CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, great scholars, and productive citizens of society. There are approximately 1,200 graduates listed in your program. Today, over 600 degrees will be conferred. Of those, approximately 550 will receive bachelor's degrees in business, education, liberal arts, math, and science. In addition, approximately 75 will receive master's degrees. At this time, it is appropriate to take a moment to recognize those of you who are graduating with honors. Will those with honors cords please rise so that we can recognize the special distinction that you have earned? Honors cords. The university is, of course, very proud of each of our graduates. This day is significant not only to you, but to your family and friends as well. This is the day when the years of hard work and the sacrifices that you and others have made on your behalf are rewarded. Our university is governed by an autonomous board of trustees. The trustees are private citizens who serve the university without remuneration and who set policy direction for the university. The university is very grateful to these men and women. Let me now introduce my colleagues on the stage. They are Mr. Bob Firth, Chair of the Board of Trustees. Dr. David Chown, Chief Academic Officer. Father Jim Broekman. Dr. Mary Reddick, Vice President for Advancement and Alumni Relations. Ms. Holly Streeter, our Registrar. And today's keynote speaker, Mr. Tom Conley, President and CEO of the Conley Group, Inc. The next group that deserves recognition is our faculty. They are the very heart of this university. They are the reason each of you is here today. It is their intellect, creativity, and passion for teaching that gives us purpose. Without them, this institution simply would not exist. Therefore, it is to our faculty that we must express special recognition today. I'd like all of the faculty members to stand, and I'm asking all of you to join me in applauding them for the fine education they have provided you. Faculty. Now I'm pleased to introduce our keynote speaker today. Mr. Tom M. Conley, President and CEO of the Conley Group, Inc., headquartered in Des Moines, Iowa. The Conley Group, Inc. provides highly qualified security services, uniform and plainclothes, and a full range of investigative and legal support services. Mr. Conley has earned 3 degrees from Upper Iowa University, a Bachelor of Science in Business Management, a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, and a Master's in Business Leadership with an emphasis in Quality Management. And he's taught more than 100 college classes while serving as an adjunct professor. Mr. Conley is also a graduate of Executive Security International, a highly regarded executive protection academy where he became a certified protective agent. He's also a certified emergency medical technician, has earned a bona fide black belt in karate, and is a certified expert with a handgun and rifle. The long list of other certifications he holds includes Protection Professional by ASIS International, Fraud Examiner by the Association of Certified Fraud Examiners, Protection Officer and Instructor by the International Foundation for Protection Officers, Private Investigator by the Academy of Private Investigators, Homeland Security Officer by the American Board for Certification in Homeland Security, and Information Security Manager by the Information Systems Audit and Control Association. Additionally, Mr. Conley is an author and frequent contributor to professional publications, a former civilian police captain and senior commissioned officer in the United States Navy Reserve, where he currently holds the rank of Commander. During his career of service with the United States Navy, he served in a number of law enforcement, criminal investigation, and information security leadership positions, as well as serving as the commanding officer of an active duty destroyer squadron detachment. He is the recipient of more than 40 military medals and awards, including 10 personal decorations, and is a Navy Master Training Specialist, a certified counterterrorism instructor by the United States Department of Defense, and is a terrorism subject matter expert. His stories of success in the face of some of the most difficult circumstances imaginable will both challenge and inspire you. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Mr. Tom Conley.
President Walker, faculty, graduates, and friends of Upper Iowa University, it is truly my pleasure to be with you today at this 148th commencement ceremony. Congratulations to you, the class of 2010. It is truly an honor to stand before you, and to be sure, this day is about you. I would also be remiss if I didn't recognize the families that had the tremendous support system that made this possible. As Dr. Walker noted, I taught a number of college classes as an adjunct professor, and I understand the commitment of families too, so I certainly want to recognize your efforts. When I was asked to speak here today, I accepted with some level of trepidation. In sharing this apprehension with my wife, she told me not to worry, that I would do great. When I asked her why she thought this, she replied, "Well, you're a warm person." To be sure I would be okay, and since I would literally be in the halls of academia today, I looked at the word warm in the dictionary. The dictionary described warm as not hot. When I discussed my concern with my wife about always being warm, she said I would do well because I was a good person. To be really sure I would be okay, I looked up good in the dictionary and discovered good was defined as not bad. When I discussed my now growing concern with her about being only a good person, she said I would do well because I was a model for others. Again, to make double sure I felt okay, I visited Webster's and looked up the word model. Much to my dismay, I found the definition of model to be a smaller imitation of the real thing. So I will just have to do my best here today. Actually, I do have some things to talk with you about for a few minutes, and I'm a realist. I understand that commencement speeches last until about the parking lot. So what I would like to do is ask you to just sort of put off the excitement of the day and what you're thinking about just for a couple minutes, and hopefully you can pick up a couple of nuggets. I first want to share my story with you and then share what I've learned about the attributes of people who have achieved greatness in their lives. My story began 53 years ago in May of 1957. My mother was 16 and unwed when I was born. And in those days, when a female teenager got pregnant, she was shipped off to a birthing center because it was a public shame, in fact, to be pregnant and single. So my mother was 16. I was born in Sioux City, Iowa, in a place called Florence Crittenham home. I was adopted when I was 2 weeks old to what she thought was a good family. Unfortunately, there was a childless couple who were both practicing alcoholics. Between 2 weeks old and 6.5 years, I was beat regularly, sometimes unconscious, by my alcoholic adopted father. When I was 6.5 years old, my adopted parents got divorced. Neither one of them wanted me, so I was dropped off at a social services agency with a little box with all my belongings in it. That started a trail of 13 foster homes and 3 institutions growing up, and graduated from high school in 1975, somehow, actually on time. Now, the reason I want to share this story with you today, this thumbnail sketch, is so that you understand that I didn't have a childhood of privilege and that I've actually walked the walk and I'm just not talking the talk here today. Now, as an aside, if you feel sorry for me, please don't, because I'm incredibly blessed. Especially through the United States Navy, I have seen and done things that are absolutely unbelievable. So I'm thankful for every day, and I do consider myself a blessed individual and probably wouldn't change a thing, although I could have gotten along very easily for half of the meetings. I had a good attitude. I want to share with you a few minutes about the 6 attributes of people who have achieved greatness in their life. And I'll be the first to admit that there are PhD programs that go through this from bachelor's to PhD programs about success. So this is by no means a complete compilation, but I do want to share with you a few. I hope you can pick up some nuggets out of it. The first attribute of people who achieve greatness in their life is they possess core values, exhibit personal integrity and honesty in all relationships. Prior to making any decision, they ask, what principle is at stake? I have a good friend that's an attorney, and he would go speak to law classes about ethics. And he would talk about different so-called dilemmas. And what he said is that if you remove money from the equation, then the answer becomes very, very clear about what to do. People understand that integrity is actually looking forward to the consequences of your actions. And they understand that success with integrity is tough, but success without it is literally impossible. The second attribute of people who achieve greatness in their life is they are personally and professionally competent. They keep their commitments. They acquire the education and skills they need to succeed, much as our graduates have done here today, that we recognize. They never stop learning because they understand there's a need to keep learning and that doing so is a lifelong pursuit. So my challenge to the graduates is, don't let this be the end. Let this be the nexus to your next stage of learning. Whether that's certifications, whether it's advanced degrees, keep on learning and keep that brain active. Number 3, people who achieve greatness are highly committed to excellence. They set a course for their lives and then go about the business of achieving their goals in a way that they and the people they care about can be proud of them. They have an infinite capacity for hard work and possess great determination. Excellence cannot be achieved by average effort. It's helpful to understand that mediocre people are always at their very best. That was supposed to be funny. Thank you. Some people confuse the words preference and commitment. The difference is that commitment is always backed by decisive action. The highway of life is paved with good intentions and a smattering of flat squirrels that could not make up their minds, so always be decisive. Number 4, people who achieve greatness in their life are flexible, adaptable, and capitalize on opportunities. I want to tell you a quick story about a guy named Ed. Ed was down on his luck a little bit. He was walking down the road, and he got in front of a Baptist church. Now, Baptists, please don't get offended here, because you're my friends. Ed went into the Baptist church, looked up the pastor and said he needed a job. So the pastor says, I'll tell you what, if you come here for a couple days and do maintenance around the church and you do well, I'll hire you. Ed said, fair enough. So he showed up, did a good job. On the 3rd day, The pastor sat down with him and said, Ed, you've done a good job. I'd like to offer you a position. I need you to fill out this application. Ed said, you know, Pastor, I can't write, and I can't read all that well. And the pastor says, well, Ed, I'd like to hire you, but we have to have this paperwork, so we can't hire you. So the pastor did give Ed a big sack of apples for his work. So Ed was walking down the street with these apples, and a motor stopped Ed and said, are those apples for sale? And Ed said they are. So he sold the apples. Ed, being an industrious individual, went to the store and bought more apples. Long story short is, in a matter of 2 to 3 months, Ed had fruit stands set up all over the city and making pretty good money. So finally, Ed went into the bank with what was now about $1 million and talked to the branch manager. And he explained to the branch manager that he wanted to open an account. And so the branch manager says, okay, if you'll just fill out this paperwork. And Ed said, well, I can't write. And the bank manager says, my gosh, man, you know where you'd be today if you could write? And Ed said, yep, a janitor in a Baptist church. Number 5 is people who achieve greatness have a great attitude. They live their life with positive expectations, and they understand how to use those positive expectations to be successful. They are highly committed in whatever they do. They are ready to embrace change. They understand that change is inevitable, except from a vending machine. They are excited about life and live life to the fullest, as opposed to just enduring it. They have a thirst for competition and are able to learn from their successes, but they especially learn from their failures. They understand failures are not terminal, and as a matter of fact, failures are a good indicator of effort. People who don't do much can't make many mistakes. The last, but certainly not the least attribute of people who achieve great success, is they persist 100% in the face of defeat and never quit. If you pick up nothing else from my short speech today, please listen to this quote by Thomas Edison very carefully. Success is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. President Calvin Coolidge also displayed great wisdom when he said that nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not, for nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not, for the world is full of educated derelicts, present company excluded. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. The slogan, "Press On," has and always will solve the problems of the human race. I think what Calvin Coolidge really meant by this statement is the person who wins the race does not have to be the best or the brightest. Rather, the person who wins is a person who simply will not quit. It is truly that simple. In closing, I want to again challenge you, the class of 2010, to do well in your lives and to keep on learning. I appreciate you allowing me to share with you today, and I wish you the very best of success in the future and challenge you to imbue the people who achieve greatness in your life. The final thought is never, ever, ever give up on yourself, your dreams, or the pursuit of excellence in all that you do. Thank you.
All of our graduates have their own stories they could tell. Many of you have had to hold down jobs working long hours while being full or part-time students. Some finished your studies in record time, while others enjoyed the university so much that you extended your stay with us and became what has become known as super seniors. Many of our graduates are non-traditional students who have family and job obligations and for whom being a student came after work and family. We greatly admire your achievements. For the graduates who attended Upper Iowa University here in Fayette, while you have worked hard, we hope that you've also enjoyed the time that you've spent in the Fayette area and this wonderful community. For many of you, this has been your first experience away from home and family. So while you have learned much from your coursework, we are sure that you have also learned much about life and living. We hope that the many friendships you have formed will stand the test of time and that you will include among them associations that you have made with our faculty and staff. For just as we've been an important part of your life, you too have become an important part of ours. It is now time for the conferring of degrees. I will call upon Dr. David Chow, Chief Academic Officer, to please come forward.
Will the candidates for the Master of Business Administration please stand? Dr. Walker, on behalf of the faculty and staff of Upper Iowa University, I'm pleased to present these candidates, each of whom has completed the requirements for the degree of Master of Business Administration as prescribed by the faculty of this university. By the authority vested in me from the Board of Trustees as President of Upper Iowa University, I hereby confer upon each of you the Master of Business Administration degree with all of the rights, privileges, and prerogatives pertaining thereto.
Reading the candidates' names will be Chris Sanders, Executive Director of International Programs, and Kathy Wenthold, Director of Operations for the Academic Extension. Putting the graduate program candidates will be Dr. William Duffy, Senior Vice President for Academic Extension. Before the candidates are called forward, I would like to say that we view commencement as a family affair, and it is fine to express your joy. A professional photographer will be taking pictures of each candidate, so we ask that the audience remain in their seats to ensure that everyone will be able to view the candidates as they receive their diplomas. Candidates, please return to your seats following the direction of the ushers. Will the candidates for the Master of Business Administration degree please come forward?
B. Antwi. Susan Marie Armstrong. Karen Brzezinski. Michael Douglas Casper. Kendra Etta Dykey. Sheila Elise Ford. Katrina B. Garnier. Jill Ann Bluth. Raymond Bernard Green. Jamie Allen Hampton. Tamala Marie Holzhauser. Darcy Ann Jellings. Todd Eugene Johnson. Nicole Lynn Jones. Andrew Stephen Justice. William Edward King. Carol S. Kisner. Summer Dawn Marlin. Ahid Mamedovich. Todd J. Mishka. Alicia Yolanda Perez. Heather Claudette Peterson. Jennifer Louise Petrie. Miodrag Petrovich. Heidi Lynn Pierce. Michael Scott Repp. Brian Scott Sims. Andrew Arthur Wolf. Michael Oscar Woods. Jeannie Marie Worden. Matthew D. Williams. Hoodie Matthew will be his mother, Betty Firth, member of UIU's Board of Trustees and adjunct faculty.
Will the candidates for the Associate of Arts, Bachelor of Arts, or Bachelor of Science degrees please stand? Dr. Walker, on behalf of the faculty and staff of Upper Iowa University, I am pleased to present these candidates, each of whom has completed requirements for the Associate of Arts, Bachelor of Arts, or or Bachelor of Science degree as prescribed by the faculty of this university.
They weren't really sure if they would graduate. By the authority vested in me from the Board of Trustees as President of Upper Iowa University, I hereby confer upon each of you the Associate of Arts, Bachelor of Arts, or Bachelor of Science degree with all of the rights, privileges, and prerogatives pertaining thereto.
Candidates, please be seated. Candidates from the Division of Business will come forward as the ushers direct you row by row.
Candidates from the Fayette campus include Joshua Scott Anderson, Faith Christine Atherton, Robert F. Bennett Jr., cum laude, Inga Briade, Casey Leanne Kuhn, cum laude. Mallory Catherine Cox, cum laude. Samuel John Epstein. Cody Everett Goebel. Melissa Kayleen Heitzman, cum laude. Nicole Marie Henry. Cody Thomas Hay. Jason Thomas Janrain, cum laude. Michael J. County, summa cum laude. Julie Marie Kubashek, magna cum laude. Christy Lee Loam. Jody Ann Lauterbauer. Shay Nicole Meyerman, cum laude. Aaron R. Miller. Mitchell James Norton. Susan Beth Mitz, magna cum laude. Trent W. Odell. Tabitha J. Osmondson, summa cum laude. Betsy Jo Pagel, cum laude. Allison Lisa Rodenberg, cum laude. Jacob Curtis Schick. Conrad Sam Schmidt. Mackenzie Lynn Stockman. Brian Wallace Trulin. Carrie Nicole Vance. Danielle Christine Vorwald, magna cum laude. Dawn Marie Woodson, cum laude. Surya Asija, summa cum laude. Agnes Marion Breinig, summa cum laude.
Michelle Lee Chase, cum laude. Toby Dylan Coberly, summa cum laude. Tierra Nikea Fair. Chester C. Dyan. Amanda Sue Friday. Charlene Joan Hecox, cum laude. Sean Joshua Herr, cum laude. Carol Lynn Holfelder, summa cum laude. Michelle Marie Huber, cum laude. Adam Roderick Meinholz. Gwendolyn Lee O'Donnell, summa cum laude. Ivana Hoskins, cum laude. Heather Ann Campmeyer, cum laude. Francisca Catalina Rivera. Nick James Miller. Corey Allen Spink, cum laude. Erin Marie Pingree, cum laude. Jessica Ann Stenjum, cum laude. Shelley Marie Roberson. Charity Sanja, summa cum laude. Kara Walenek, summa cum laude. Sarah J. Wonderland, summa cum laude. Stacy Lynn Zick, cum laude. Candidates from the Des Moines and Ankeny Centers include Stacy Lee Aldrich, summa cum laude.
Jennifer Jo Balden, cum laude. Danielle Renee Bean. Amanda Regina Berkeley. Jerome John Bratz, cum laude. Drew Alexander Sharon, magna cum laude. Chad Frederick Coffin. Isaac W. Cooper. Jessica Jean Friend. Todd Delkich, magna cum laude. Edwin James Makundi. Lisa Marie Keegan, cum laude. Christopher Paul Morosco II, cum laude. Jeremy Richard Masterson, summa cum laude. Jessie Joanne Masterson. Tamara Lynn McGee, summa cum laude. John Brett Meacham, cum laude. Brian Richard Miller, cum laude. Nicole Mache Shaw, cum laude. Sandra Jean Sanders, magna cum laude. Lori Ann Tolbert, magna cum laude. Michael Allen Sheldon, summa cum laude. Heidi Jo Sutherland.
Demir Stair. Cynthia Lou Freeman. Matthew Allen Zager, cum laude. Wendy Ann Hansen. Candidates from the Waterloo Center include Angelina Renee Beisch, cum laude. Bowler, Bradley D. Bowler, cum laude. Catherine Marie Beamer. Sharon Denise Bolden. Mary Breitbach, cum laude. Lindsay May Brockway, magna cum laude. Jamie Renee Christensen, cum laude. Craig James Cotner, summa cum laude. Alyssa Sue Davis. Jessica Nicole Donald. Sherry Lynn Egan, summa cum laude. Catherine Marie Egloff. Elizabeth Marie Fisher, cum laude. Teresa Nicole Greenfield, summa cum laude. Scott Neil Flanagan. Tammy Sue Fleming, summa cum laude. Nicholas Eugene Hanna. Regina K. Hughes, cum laude. Sunshine Michelle Glupka, cum laude. Aaron K. Jensen, cum laude. Brent Michael Hirschberger. Siegel, cum laude. Beverly Jean McTaggart, summa cum laude.
Laura Lee Mostek. Mariva H. Kudusvich. Tanya May Luschau. Almira Music, summa cum laude. Jeffrey Daniel Mallard, cum laude. Jason Daniel Ralston. Ashley Michelle Murphy, cum laude. Cynthia Gwen Roden. Connie Marie Peterson, summa cum laude. Derek Stephen Rogers, cum laude. Kirsten Lee Reese. Sanada Serlia, cum laude. Rhonda L. Richardson Burns, magna cum laude. Lindsay Lee Tyne, cum laude. Heather Jane Salas, cum laude. Andrew Charles Trower, magna cum laude. Yasmina Tabakovich. Darren Jared Wheeler, cum laude. Stacy Deanne Teat, cum laude. John William Weiland II, summa cum laude. Kimberly K. Weatherall, magna cum laude. Shannon Marie Whittle. Emily Ann Zine, magna cum laude. Candidates from the Prairie du Chien Center include Ala V. Penasuk, magna cum laude. Curtis Antonio Godfrey, cum laude. Bjorn Eric Thompson, magna cum laude. Candidates from the Milwaukee and Elkhorn Centers include James A. Boyd, Orlando Joshua Doss, Lucretia Doris Ford, Gloria Ann Freeman, James Michael Hamilton,
Laureen Lynn Harned, John William Holga, cum laude. Tanine Charisse Jeans, Laura L. Pope, summa cum laude. Claudette Marie Payton, summa cum laude. Shannon Nicole Schrader. Janessa Ann Sitters, cum laude. Candidates from the Wausau Center include Carrie Ellen Barazin, magna cum laude. Amanda Lee Irwin, summa cum laude. Melanie M. Lewinsky, cum laude. Lewinsky. Brian J. Morrell, cum laude. Angela Marie Ritz, cum laude. Alan J. Phillips, magna cum laude. Michael Yang, cum laude. Candidates from the Blackhawk Center include Lori A. Aarons, summa cum laude. Courtney L. Anderson, summa cum laude. Lisa A. Crawford, summa cum laude. Judy A. Darling, cum laude. Dina Marie Douglas. Nathan Eugene Fry, cum laude. Christy Lynn Harvey, summa cum laude. Pamela Jean Helmead, magna cum laude. Gloria Diane Hushka, magna cum laude. Nicole Marie Jones, summa cum laude. Thomas Orville Jordan, summa cum laude. Justin Aaron Camps, cum laude. Lori B. Mathieson, cum laude. Catherine M. Messier, summa cum laude. Kimberly Ann Rebercheck, summa cum laude. Kathleen R. Schultz, cum laude. Candidates from the Fort Riley Center include Alan David Disbrow. Candidates from the Independent Study and Online Programs include David Joseph Berry, cum laude. Shaw Manyun Chagall, cum laude. Daddy Jean Dykstra, summa cum laude. Andrea Lynn Estebo.
Mark Allen Face. Amanda Jean Felber, magna cum laude. Brittany Nicole Fessler, magna cum laude. Susan Carol Flathammer, summa cum laude. Tanya Lynn Gear. Benjamin Bill Gray. Carolyn May Haas, magna cum laude. Tanisha Kayshawn Herman. Crystal Marie Kobliska. Christine Jo Koplitz, cum laude. Eric Lee Marovitz, cum laude. Lori Ann Meissner. Jennifer Jo Miller, cum laude. Jody Kim Nelson. Tammy Lynn Romack, summa cum laude. Sherry K. Moore, magna cum laude. Jennifer Lori Schumann, magna cum laude. Sue Ann Oldenberger. LaShawn Stokes. Mickey Lynn Weber, summa cum laude. Valerie Sue Pont, magna cum laude. Deborah Ann Salata, magna cum laude. Michelle Denise Singleton. Richard Claude Watson, cum laude. Rachel Jean Williams. Candidates from the Cedar Rapids Center include Tyler Glenn Mills, cum laude. Hannah Mae Reiter. Crystal Dawn Wesley, cum laude. Candidates from the Rockford Center include Tracy Lee Burkhart, cum laude. Luis Emmanuel Delgado, cum laude. Darlie Ann Dostal, cum laude. Michael Allen Edwards, cum laude. Christina Marie Stewart, magna cum laude. We are honoring one of our graduates posthumously today. Michelle Smith Richmond was a UIU student at our center in Madison, who has been described as a beautiful person inside and out. A good listener who gave strong encouragement to her classmates. She was generous and giving. Michelle loved children and opened her home to anyone who needed her. A dedicated mother, wife, daughter, and sister, she also was a teacher and coach. Not just of dance, but a teacher by example of discipline, respect, friendship, and love. Michelle came from some of the rougher parts of Chicago and Milwaukee, but she dedicated to making more of herself while being true to her roots. "Let's keep it real," she would always say with her constant smile. Michelle became a student at Upper Iowa University in January 2000 and had earned an Associate of Liberal Arts degree at Upper Iowa University in August 2009. An A student, Michelle had promised her mother that she would get a bachelor's degree, and she was pursuing a major in human services when she died suddenly very shortly after. Michelle loved the Madison Center and UIU, and they loved her. She will be deeply missed. Accepting Michelle's honorary Bachelor of Science degree are her husband, William, and their 4 children.
Graduates, please rise once again. In recognition of your status as college graduates, you may now move the tassels on your caps from the right to the left-hand side. Congratulations. Graduates, the degree that you've earned represents your investment in this fine university. To you, our newest shareholders, I make this pledge. I promise that we will do everything within our power to add value to your degree and to the investment that you have made in us. Expect and demand that from us, and when called upon, help us to fulfill this most important responsibility. We want you to remain proud of the education you received from Upper Iowa University, and I'm counting on your help in the years to come to keep our university strong and healthy so that those who come after you may enjoy increasing quality in the education they receive. At this time, I ask that Dr. Mary Reddick, Vice President for Advancement and Alumni Relations, to please come forward.
Congratulations, graduates. Today you have earned something very important, and I hope you take time to celebrate your newly earned honor and thank those who have helped you to achieve this milestone. And after your celebration, I encourage you to continue, or perhaps to begin, your involvement with your community, your career, and of course, your university. Let's start with community. Give back to your family, your friends, and your neighbors who have helped you to achieve this milestone. Offer them the encouragement to do the same. Share your ups and your downs, and most of all, capture the way you feel right now, today, as your degree is conferred. Become involved in your career. Use all that you have learned here at Upper Iowa, both inside and outside of the classroom, and share that knowledge and take the opportunity to share and showcase your accomplishments in your career. And finally, become involved in your university. Stop by campus worldwide. You can stop by in Iowa, Wisconsin, across America, and across the world. Visit us on the website or perhaps through Facebook, and take time to come back and be involved in the events planned by your university. There are so many ways to stay involved. Please keep us informed, and we pledge to do the same for you. Stay connected with Upper Iowa University, and we'll stay connected with you. Again, congratulations, class of 2010. And thank you for making Upper Iowa University a part of your life, going with you, growing with you.
At this time, graduates, we want to present to you a collage of memories, a pictorial year in review, an eternal reminder of the good times, people, places, and things from your years with Upper Iowa University. In closing, there are many people who worked very hard to make this commencement ceremony meaningful and memorable for you, and I'd like to take just a moment to thank them. Thanks to the members of the Commencement Committee, including Jackson Hayek and Beth Becci, who assisted in putting the video together, Candace Woodson, our teleprompter operator, Father Jim Brokeman, Craig Hazelbaker, our piper, Brittany Moore, our pianist, and Ms. Brandy Shrub, financial aid counselor, who will lead us in singing the alma mater in just a moment. Also a thank you to our IT staff for their technical support, the staff of Facilities Management and Services, the Registrar's Office, and the many other people who work behind the scenes and contribute so much to our commencements. Let's thank them. As I thank all these people, I fully realize that none of our graduates would sit here today had they not received constant support from mothers, fathers, children, spouses, relatives, girlfriends, boyfriends, and many other people dear to them. Part of the diploma that our students bring home was earned by you too. To all these people who have helped our graduates, I say please rise so that we can recognize you and express our appreciation. Family and friends, please rise. And finally, graduates, thank you for all you've given to us and for all that you will be giving to society in the years to come. Make your mark on this world. We need you. Fulfill your dreams and always remember those who helped make all of this possible for you. Good luck, good life, and good health.
We'd like to invite everyone to stop by the open house in our Advancement and Alumni Center from 9 to 5 today. Also, there is a photographer on campus in the Andre Center for Business and Education, room 100, to take individual photographs. After the benediction, please join in the singing of the Alma Mater, which will be led by Ms. Brandy Shrub. At the conclusion of the Alma Mater, we ask that the audience remain at their seats until after the recessional of the platform party, faculty, and students. Please stand for the benediction, and gentlemen, please remove your caps.
Let us not leave this day without giving thanks to God for all of this. The faculty, family, friends, the hard work, the struggles, the satisfaction of triumph. We give you thanks, dear God, for all of these are signs of your great love for us. Keep us always in that love. Let us never be separated from you or one another. To this prayer we say, Amen.
Days of